Greetings, brethren. This is Sharpedo43 once again. Today I have another Wi-Fi battle for you fellas, and it's going to be an NU battle this time around, and it's going to be against the one, the only, TheKillerNacho, aka the snack, the OG, the classic. This is a guy that I've followed since the late 2010s, basically, or since 2010, like around November or December of 2010. I followed this guy for many years, since the Gen 4 days, basically. He was a pretty awesome fellow. I liked his commentary. I liked the quality that his videos had, because this was I found him when I was watching some of Jimmy31428's videos at the time, because he was also another person that I followed at the time. And then I found TheKillerNacho's videos, which came off as very interesting to me, because his videos just seemed to have better quality, because Jimmy31428 himself would usually use a camcorder to record his battles. So to see TheKillerNacho provide more, like, clean quality, where it didn't even look like it was recorded through a camcorder, that kind of mesmerized me there, and I was like, wow. And then when I watched some of his videos, I just liked how he commentated. He just sounded, I don't know, like he just sounded cool. That sounds very generic to say, but yeah, he sounded very cool. He had some kind of charisma that just drew me to him, honestly. I liked his commentary, I liked his battles, I liked the opponents he was facing, and I basically followed him since then. And honestly, I've been wanting to battle him since the Gen 4 days. It's just that at the time he was actually really popular, and honestly, it was not easy to get a battle with him, honestly, at the time. In Gen 5, I was not really into battling as much. I was more doing battle spot than anything. And then once I realized that he came back in Gen 6, I was so dang hyped. And when I expressed this feeling in one of the videos that he posted recently, he responded. He actually responded, and I was like, wow, TheKillerNacho himself actually responded to me? Yo. And this actually gave me probably hope that this time around I'd be able to battle him. And we have battled already. In fact, this battle is not even the first battle that we had in Generation 6. This is the first one that I was able to save on my Versus recorder, actually, because I did have 6 battles with TheKillerNacho. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to save those, because those battles took place in my Pokemon X game, where I was not able to save the battles because of the lack of compatibility with X and Y and ORAS. He was playing ORAS and I was playing in X and Y, so that's why I wasn't able to save those first 6 battles. But I did save this one, and the results are just about the same as what the first 3 battles that I had with him were. He bodied me real good. So, and this is going to be an NU battle, so we're just going to see what happens in this battle against my man, TheKillerNacho. So I'm going to lead off with Electivire. He's going to lead off with Samurai. Now, because I led with... this was a positive matchup, but I made a huge misprediction here and thought he was going to switch out into his own Electivire so that he can get a motor drive boost. But I actually just over-predicted very badly and just switched into Pyro and just basically lost it to a waterfall. So that was a little bit of a mistake on my part, if not a big one. And I go into Malamar thinking, you know what, let's get some boost with superpower here. And he's just like, nope, you're just gonna get blown back with a Mega Horn. And I'm like, wow. Like, holy shit, this guy actually blew me the hell back super dang quick. So I went back into Electivire and I was like, okay, I'm not gonna try to overpredict this time, and I just go for the Thunder Punch, and what do you know, now he goes into the Electivire and he got the motor drive that I didn't want him to get in the first place. So that's awesome. So I now switch out into Miss Mages because I was afraid he'd go for Earthquake, but he actually went for Cross Chop, which is like, okay. So I made the right prediction anyway. And now he goes for Ice Punch. And I was like, you know what? This thing is going to be a problem if it's going to keep Motor Drive, so I'm just going to Will-O-Wisp it. And now it's burned, so now I'm more confident and more comfortable being able to take more hits from this Electivire. And I don't remember if I switched here, or did I just go straight for the Hex, because this thing was a Hex set if I remember correctly. He goes for the Wild Charge. It doesn't do a whole lot. And I think... oh, actually, now that I think about it, I actually go for another Will-O-Wisp. Yeah, I do. Because I thought he was going to switch out, trying to preserve the Electivire. Because while burned, it can still probably do some damage to the rest of my team. But he doesn't do that. He just stays in and tries to go for another attack. I now switch out because I didn't want to lose Miss Magus just yet. And I go into Ludicolo just to take the Ice Punch that I kept throwing at me. So I was like, yeah. And then here, I think I go for the Rain Dance, I think. Yeah, I think I go for the Rain Dance. He's going to switch out. And he's going to send out Swallow, which was actually a mon I didn't want to deal with. But I do go for the Rain Dance nonetheless. And I was about to click Hydro Pump on this thing, but I really didn't want it to miss. So I went and... so I just went for the Ice Beam instead. And he got a Toxic Orb, which tells me this is a Gut Swallow. And he goes into Cradilly. And I just... as soon as I went for the Ice Beam on this thing, I was like, wait a minute. This Cradilly gets Storm Drain. So I was like, holy cranberries. I'm lucky I didn't make the wrong play there and went for freaking Hydro Pump. Because I was going to go for that actually. But then I was thinking, nah, because I don't want to miss. Well, thankfully I didn't go for it at all because this thing could carry Storm Drain and I didn't want to, you know, not do any damage, you know. I switch out and go into Kling Klang because I figured, you know what, I think Kling Klang can take anything that this Cradilly has usually. And he goes for Toxic, which my Kling Klang is immune to. And now he's forced to switch. And I go for the Gear Grind here because I had a feeling he was going to go into the Probo Pass. So I'm just trying to get some chip damage here. And I think here I try to switch out. Yeah, I do switch out because I was afraid that this thing would carry Earth Power. So, oh no, I didn't switch out. I went for the Magnet Rights to see if he had it. If he had the Earth Power, and he did. So I think here I go for... I think, I don't remember what I go for here. Oh, I go for Shift Gear. Thinking, okay, now I can set up in his face. So I get a +1 and I get a +2 in speed. But he Volt Switches, so I was like, oh. So this guy's trying to get some Switch initiative, huh? And he goes out in the Wheezing, which, yeah, I can't do anything to this thing. Because this thing is a monster. And on top of that, these things can carry Will-O-Wisp. So, and I don't want my attack to be halved with this Kling Klang, because I feel like with this Kling Klang I can actually sweep things. I can maybe get a late game sweep going. So he goes for the Will-O-Wisp, exactly what I expected, honestly. Because he probably thought I would stay in, knowing I had +1 up. And I go for the Hydro Pump, because honestly I can't set up Rain Dance, because this thing will just go for Sludge Bomb. So once again I just have to cripple this thing. And go, and he'll just KO my Ludicolo with a Sludge Bomb, which sucks because honestly this Ludicolo could have also put in work, but I needed to first get the Rain Dance up, which I never did. So, well, I did once, but it didn't do much, unfortunately, because he had stuff to switch into it. But I go to this Miss Magus once again, and I was gonna Hex this thing, but he just switches out into Electivire just to sack it, and I just go for the Hex and take out the Electivire, which is really good. Because I don't think I've taken out anything in this team yet. And now that that's gone, I can now just go for the... well, he goes in the Swallow first of all. And I think he just finishes me off with a Brave Bird. Yeah, it does. And my Miss Magus goes down, and yeah. Like, I'm like in a tough spot because a lot of his mons are kind of offensive, and whatever's bulky is just way so... it's too bulky. And that Probopass is not only bulky, but it also has Volt Switch, so you can just switch out whenever the hell it wants. I go into Kling Klang here because I try to see if I can set up once again. because now his wheezing is weakened, so now I can just clip that thing out. Yeah, and he goes into the Samurai, so I do get a shift gear up here, I believe. Now this thing is actually kind of a problem because this thing can kind of hit hard. And honestly, I don't know how much damage I can do to a Samurai after a shift gear. I go for return on this thing, hoping for at least a 2-hit KO, and I do get that. This thing's gonna go for waterfall, and it does a lot, honestly. Thank goodness I didn't put this thing in torrent range, otherwise this thing might have killed me. Maybe not though, but it would have had Aqua Jet range, so thankfully that didn't go as hard as I wanted it to. But yeah, I go for another return and I kill this thing as well. So I kill 2 things, which is really, really cool. And my Kling Klang is really, really weak at this point, but not a whole lot of there's no priority users on the rest of his team. I go for another gear grind, hoping I'd be able to kill this thing, but holy shit, this thing was way too bulky. I couldn't kill it. And this thing went for Thunder Wave, which is like, oh man, this is really bad. Cause if I can't outspeed this thing, then I just lose Kling Klang, and I think the match is actually not entirely lost actually, because I still have Electivire, and my Electivire is Choice Scarfed, and it can outspeed Swellow, and it can do damage to the Cradily, and the Cradily can't do much in return. So I lose Kling Klang. Now all I need to do is be able to kill this Probopass with my Electivire. Unfortunately, because I'm Choice Scarfed, I do have to lock myself into one move that can hit everything, and that is Ice Punch. Unfortunately, this Ice Punch is so hard resisted by this Probopass that it doesn't even come close to killing it. Even much less after the leftovers. It pretty much puts it back where it was. So I'm like unable to kill it. I think my only hope here was to get either a crit or a freeze so that it stops trying to attack me. But it was useless. It didn't really work out. I couldn't get any of that. So literally he just won with Probopass. Which was, well, that's basically game. And I lost. I lost to my boy, TheKillerNacho. The one guy I've been wanting to battle for so long. Although, to be perfectly honest, I lost to him 4 times in the past already. So this would just be the 5th battle that I lose to him on. So, but it's all good, because I'm fine with losing to TheKillerNacho. I mean, he's an awesome guy. It's always an honor to battle the guy. Because, you know, I followed him for years. I've liked what he's, I liked his content. And he's also just a pretty chill guy to interact with, honestly. He's so calm. You talk to him on stream and he's very, very relaxed. I like that kind of quality in a person, honestly. As a person. But yeah, anyways, that's a good game to TheKillerNacho. This isn't the last time I battle TheKillerNacho, thankfully. I get to battle him a few more times, even in the Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire part of this whole Wi-Fi battle uploading thing. But yeah, stay tuned for more if you're looking forward to that. And I'll catch you guys later.